We shouldn't have to pay bills. We should not have to pay bills. I have been thinking about this for years. We are literally floating on a planet in the middle of space together, right? We're all together. We're all in this together. And I just think the government should front the cost. It's like when you go to a restaurant, yeah, like with a member of the family or whatever, they're just peed up, like they just got money, like they pay the bill. Do you know what I mean? Like, does it make sense? Does it make sense that I'm paying water, gas, electric? Bear in mind, you can get that all for free from the sky, like from solar energy. It's renewable, babe. Why are we paying? Serious, guys, let's just stop. Stop. Because what will they do? Who's going to beat me? Who's going to beat me if I stop and everyone else stops and I get everyone on this wave and then we get it all for free anyway? Like, government can pay for that. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you want us to be paying taxes, to be living in your country, do you know what it is, guys? We should make them fight for us. If you want me to live here, if you want me to pay my taxes, then you better pay, honey. Do you know what I mean? Like, pay them. We need to start treating the government like our sugar daddy. Pay, okay? I might even call them daddy. If they ask me, I'm going to be like, no. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I think you should pay for that.
The cost of living in the United States is getting out of hand. It's gotten so bad that people are now refusing to pay bills. Maybe they can't afford it because they're living paycheck to paycheck and they've had an emergency, or they are unemployed currently and they just can't afford to because they don't have any income. This is the case for a lot of people and a lot of families across America right now. Mass layoffs have hit a lot of people, a lot of the workforce. People don't have incomes, and in order to sustain their lifestyles, in order to continue living in their apartments, they're going to have to make some very hard choices. Now, something definitely has to change because it's not really sustainable for the majority of Americans to continue living like this. But right now, we're seeing more and more people not pay off their bills, not pay off their debt, and it's just accumulating at a very alarming rate. I want to hear from you guys. Are you guys in debt? Let me know in the comments down below how you're doing, and take a look at the rest of these stories.
A patient will tell you that they're not going to pay the bill at all. Like at all. So if you work collections and the patient tell you that they're not going to pay the bill, the only thing you can do is call them every month, send them statements. If you have a collection agency, then after a while you can send them to collection. But if a patient say they're not going to pay, they just not going to pay. I had that happen today where a patient said that they don't know who this doctor is. They don't know why this doctor is sending them a bill. They don't even remember seeing them while they was in the hospital. So they not going to pay it. They're even going to call their insurance and appeal it because they feel that this is fraud because they never saw this patient. They don't understand. They never saw this doctor and they don't understand why they are receiving the bill. So what could I do? I'm not going to sit there and argue with him. I just said, okay. He said, well, I need you to make a note in my account that I'm not paying this because of such and such. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll make a note, but I don't know what else you want me to tell you. The doctor says in his notes he saw you, so I can only go by the notes that I see. I was not there with you, but a person will argue you down anyway. So, I mean, I told him, call your insurance and fight it out with your insurance, but I can only go by what I see in my system. So, you'll get patients like that. They just not going to pay the bill. And if you don't have a collections agency, then, you just have to keep working the account. After a while, maybe the doctor might say to write it off, but other than that, that bill just gonna be there.
$7,000 in credit card debt is what I've gotten myself into over the last several years. And I think to myself each month that I open up my credit card statements, how the heck did I get here? How the heck am I going to be able to pay off all this debt in a short amount of time that I want to be able to pay it off? Because really, I've been in credit card debt for, I couldn't even tell you how long. And with the job that I'm currently at, there's no way that I'm going to be able to pay all that off just by working 40 hours a week because I because I have other expenses. I have to be able to keep a roof over our head and food on the table. So I finally found a system that will bring in $423 days plus additional $100 passive income to be able to help me pay off that credit card debt faster than I've ever imagined. Because again, simply with my full-time job, it wasn't going to do it. I had to make a change. I had to do something that absolutely scared the crap out of me, because otherwise I was just going to continue to dig myself in a deeper hole that I did not want to get into. So, there have been other people in this amazing community that have been able to walk away from their 8 to 5, that have simply just been able to make an additional income to provide more for their families, to be able to pay off the debt that they've been in for far so long. So if this is something that you have been looking into to be able to earn additional income for your family, let me know in the comments. Drop a 1, and I will show you how I got started.
So I'm just trying to understand why people are still paying bills when a lot of y'all can't even afford to feed y'all families. I mean, it's crystal clear that the government don't care about y'all. Never have. There's families stuck right now in North Carolina with no food, no water, no supplies. And instead of sending the soldiers over there to help, they're sending them overseas. And then it was said that there's not enough money for hurricane relief, but there's enough for Ukraine. And on top of everything, they're still letting in these immigrants who are convicted criminals through the border. And we can't forget that they're trying to replace our jobs with robots. So it's like, through all of this sabotage that they keep throwing at us, we still paying them. Like, it's just not making sense. As a collective, we need to come together and stop paying. Like, if y'all gonna keep raising prices and making it hard to live, then at least let me get my full check. Stop paying taxes. I mean, pretty soon, none of that's gonna matter anyways. I said we got about 2 more months of everything being intact and in order. And after that, I don't know. But for now, we should stop paying them because we're not benefiting from paying taxes. Ukraine is. Israel is. I mean, I'm just saying, before all this shit goes down, can we stand for something?
And my doctor's office called themselves sending my medical bill to collections. Baby, I'm never paying y'all. I don't pay medical bills. And since you decided to sell my information to a third-party vendor, and that's a HIPAA violation, try to get your money. I'm going to dispute it every time, baby, because guess what I am? I'm going to break me up in 4, queen, baby. If I can't break you up in 4, I'm not paying you. Trying to send me an email talking about you got 90 days before we do what? Before y'all do what? Nothing? Nathaniel? Nothing? Ain't going to do nothing. Do you understand me? Baby, I done been here and I done done it. I know the game, baby. I know the game. I'm trying to put other people on. That's why they need to get the ebook. Oh, God.
Happy Friday. This week has been tough. I think with the beginning of the new month being tomorrow and knowing that all of our bills are coming up due, I'm fortunate enough that we have the money to pay them, but knowing that me not working means that our bank account is definitely dwindling down and not going to replenish the way that it was when I was working, I think it's definitely weighing on me this week. And it's been affecting my mental health this week. I think as somebody who has always been the provider for their family, and that unexpectedly going away, it's taken a toll on me, and it's just been really hard. And so this week I've been doing what I can to stay positive and think about the brighter things in life, but that's been a lot more challenging. November is usually my favorite month of the year.
I call it Thankful November, and every day I always try to choose something to be thankful for. And whether it's big things or little things, I've always used that month for things to be thankful for. And I'm going to continue to do that this year, but it's a little bit harder. And it's going to be a little bit more challenging every single day, because I'm not going to lie, some days this week it's just been even hard to process what the hell I'm doing in this fucking life. But everything happens for a reason, and there's so many people out there struggling right now, and I refuse to just be taken out by the way of the world these days. Like, we're better than this. We can do this. I can do this. I know that life has so much more to offer than our worst days. And so I'm going to continue to be thankful for the things that I have, even the small things. I'm going to continue to be positive, even on my worst days, and keep moving forward. And I hope everybody else does too.
I saw this post where the guy said the bottom 60% of Americans can't afford a quality life. Basically, they're not able to really feed themselves and put gas to basic necessities, that they're maxing out their credit card. He then goes on to say, well, that's a nice way of saying the majority of Americans don't have a quality of life. And while I can agree with that, he said also the system is failing. Who put the system in place? People who keep voting the same people into office, right? That is where we need to take accountability for ourselves. We need to take accountability and learn financial freedom and literacy on our own. Because the system, this is where he's correct, is broken, because the American education system teaches you to be a good girl and a good boy, sit down, be quiet, and ask for permission to do anything. Take your work home with you and do your work and return it. It doesn't teach you how to balance a checkbook, invest in stocks, etc., compound interest. It doesn't teach you that, because our American education system said, John D. Rockefeller, I need a nation of workers, not free thinkers. Think about that.
I'm not paying my bills this month. But before y'all come for me, I have a valid reason. So as y'all know, I have $10,100 in available credit. I don't know what the hell me, my husband, and these kids been doing with these credit cards, but we don't spend $1,500. I always tell y'all that my first priority is my credit card. Within the last few days, we've been working on paying that credit card debt out. I don't really consider it credit card debt, because whatever I use, I try to pay it out within the next week or next 2 weeks. And with my bills, I pay about $1,500 every month, in which my car note is $538 and my insurance is $215. The rest of it is bills. I pay $100 a month into my Roth IRA. I pay $48 into my self account, and our life insurance is $45. So all of that is about $1,500. Now I'm gonna pay my car note and my insurance, but when I say I'm not paying any bills this month, I'm not paying my utilities. Y'all know y'all can be at least a month behind on those, but I wouldn't go over 58 days. So if y'all seeing this, how much do y'all pay in bills every month? Okay, I'll call y'all back later.
I have not paid a phone bill in almost 6 months, simply because I just tell them that, I'm having hardship right now, and that, I am homeless, and they allow me to get a credit. So after all my payment arrangements, I could only get 3. But I've been getting more than 3, simply because I tell them stories. Look me in my eyes and try to feel my pain. Do you know how it feels to be left out and outright each and every day? And it works every time. So if your shit behind and you ain't got no more arrangements left, tell them your story.
They talking about I sold pussy. I think I'm finna start. I like like I'm finna go to the homeless shelter. I don't wanna pay bills. I don't wanna spend all my money on paying bills. Like, that's what y'all do every day? That's why y'all act like that? Cause you gotta sit there, go to that damn job and pay the bills. I don't wanna pay bills. I see why women are leeches. I see why women sell it. I see why women always talk about what a man have to do for them. I see. Shit. Living alone is expensive, man. I'm finna go live in a fucking. I'm finna go live outside, outdoor, with the leeches and the roaches and the trees. It's getting too serious. Like, you gotta make more money or struggle to make the money. Like, what the fuck? That's crazy.
So a lady got on here and was telling the story how she is about to put her husband out of the house. She gonna put his ish in a laundry bag, not her garbage bags, because she need her garbage bags. Now she's saying that her husband, has a job and a half. That means a full-time job and a part-time job. And she's talking about the full-time job. He get paid weekly, but every week he don't have no money to get to work. And he's waking her up out of her sleep, asking if she got the money on her card to get him to work in an Uber. So she pissed, she mad, and she's wondering like, what the heck is going on? Because you don't put no groceries in here. I have to ask you for bill money, but you never got no.
Tonight is great. Tonight is great. And I ain't complaining. I'm entertaining. My number one thing. My number one. My back is aching. From all I'm making. No. Ain't no use in faking. My ups, my downs, my high and my low. From head to toe, he makes me glow. He hits the spot. He makes me hot. I'm all that he's got, and he's all that I got.
Thinking of a master plan. You know anything you need, baby, ask your man. You was there from a half a gram. Now it's kilos of chinos and high fashion brands. We ball like we own the world. Your only concern is you my only girl. And when we speaking in tongues, breathing hard when I'm squeezing your lungs, keep it strong. But I gotta hit the streets when I'm done.
It's so contagious. Returns my pages. He's got me anxious. He's what I waited for.